One of the things that I've always struggled with when I was much younger is dealing with procrastination. And I think that's something that everybody has struggles with, always putting things off to the last minute and stressing out over it, trying to meet the deadline and hoping that you could finish in time or finish the task that you need to take care of. And so as I gotten older, that's something I got better at is just completing the task ahead of time so I don't have to deal with the stress when I get closer to the deadline. And some of the things that have helped I wanted to share with you. For one would be just writing down like a to-do list. And what I would do is I have like a notepad of like things I need to do. And some of the things require a deadline, so I put a date next to it of when I should get this done or when it's due by, things like that. And usually, when there is something like that, I like to get it done ahead of time so I don't have to worry about it when it comes closer to the deadline. I just have this approach where I want to get things done over with. Like the things that I don't want to do or the things that are very hard, I like to get them out of the way. So those are the things that I want to do first, and then whatever is easier, I could do that afterwards after I accomplish doing whatever the hard task was. And so I got I got put into this routine where, hey, I just want to get this thing I don't like over with. Let's take care of it. Once that's done, then I can kind of relax. Like there's this weight that gets off your shoulder. You get rid of this burden that you have of uh, having to do like a really big task. And so having a to do this really helps because for another thing, it just helps you remember the things that you need to do. If you don't write things down and if you don't look at it on a daily basis, then what could happen is you could forget about it. And when you do forget about it, then all of a sudden when it comes closer to the deadline, you realize, oh, there's this thing I have to do and I've put that off to the side. I've completely forgotten about it and now I have to do this. And what could happen is there's also a lot of other things on your plate that you have to take care of while you're trying to get this thing done at a certain time. So that just adds to the stress in your life. And whenever I just get things done right away and get the hard things done, get it all over with, then it leaves a lot less stress over time. And I think one prime example when I was younger that I would procrastinate a lot are a lot of homework assignments or studying for tests. I would get like these assignments maybe 2 or 3 weeks in advance, and I could have got it done a lot sooner. But with the free time that I have, you have desire to do other things that are more fun or that are less work and less time consuming or not as tedious. So you do those things, you do all those activities, and then when it comes closer to the deadline, you still got a lot of work to do. You didn't even get started on your project or your assignment or your studying. And then all of a sudden, you put yourself in a position where maybe you have to pull an all-nighter. You have to study all night and you get a lack of sleep, and then you realize like you weren't really efficient with your time and you could have retained a lot of the information, or you could have spaced out your work a lot better throughout the couple weeks rather than cramming it in a couple of days right before you're supposed to turn it in. And when I did make this adjustment of getting things done ahead of time or just starting early, I'm able to space out the time and the designated time to do that work. I Because I space it out like towards the end of whatever deadline I have, like I don't have to stress about cramming things in because I got majority of the work done ahead of time. or I was able to balance out the work and the time in the time span that I needed to get it all completed. So just being having the desire to do it early and to get it over with, knowing that some type of project requires a lot of time. When you do it ahead of time, when you balance it out in a certain amount of time, it just really makes things a lot more efficient. It saves you a lot of stress, and you're able to go about your day, I guess, in a more healthier state. And so I think as I gotten older, that's something I got a lot better at. Obviously, like the energy level of me wanting to do these things is not high right off the bat, but it feels better afterwards when you do get things done ahead of time, because then you could just kind of relax the rest of the way through. You know, you've taken care of it, you've taken care of business, and you could just go about your day and handle the next thing in line. And so that has really helped with me, just creating that list, knowing the timeline of when things should be done. And I think another thing that really motivates me is just checking off the box on the to-do list. Because I think when you look at the list of things that you need to do, and when you check it off as if you completed it, there's this like sense of accomplishment that you get from it. And like I think there's a little bit of like dopamine release in your brain where you just really feel good about yourself. You really feel good that you completed all these tasks ahead of you. You know there's more to do, but you take it one task at a time and you don't overburden yourself. You realize, hey, there's a couple things I need to do. Let's take care of it. Check it off. You feel good. You move on to the next thing, and you don't overburden yourself with cramming those things in, all at once. So when you do carry that mindset, knowing that, hey, I just gotta get things done, let's just go for it. I think, and creating that to-do list, checking off the boxes, those practical things really just help me deal with procrastinating. And procrastinating is not that big of a struggle now, because I'm just kind of like a go-getter, making sure that I need to get things done. And so I hope those things can be helpful for you. You can apply those things in your daily life and see if it really makes a difference when it comes to dealing with procrastination. Because if you're able to avoid that, I can assure you it could save you a lot of stress.